Welcome back to Playing Catch Up. I'm Tamara Brown.
And I'm Kylie Wang.
And we're here to get you all caught up on all of the South Florida sports. Kylie, do you want to get us started with the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, sure. So we had a couple of big trades in the Miami Dolphins world this weekend. Kalen Ballage was actually supposed to be traded to the Jets for a conditional 7th-round pick. Unfortunately, he failed his physical, so he's now actually likely to just be released by Miami, and then probably the Jets will pick him up. Kind of just an unfortunate end to an unfortunate career with the Miami Dolphins there. But so long, goodbye, Kalen Ballage. Linebacker Raekwon McMillan was also traded by the Dolphins. He and a 2021 5th-round pick went over to Las Vegas in response for a 2021 4th-round pick. There's just a lot of depth at linebacker in the Fins locker room right now, what with the new Patriots players that Brian Flores brought in from that defense. So he became moot. On sadder note, Ryan Fitzpatrick did leave training camp this week. He's back now, but he left to deal with the death of his mother. Unfortunately, our condolences go out to him.
Yes, definitely keeping him and his family in my thoughts and prayers during this time. In his absence on Saturday, Tua took most of the snaps. The first team snaps, he was 13 of 23 for 119 yards and 1 touchdown. While he was leading the offense, he was able to lead the team to 2 field goals, and Josh Rosen, for the snaps that he came in for, he was able to get a passing touchdown. So with no preseason games, these scrimmages are going to be something that the team really looks forward to and really is able to see a lot of progress there, because the preseason games are when a lot of these players get these reps. So these scrimmages are something that they're really looking forward to.
Yep. And there's only 2 weeks until the start of the season, game 1 at New England. So keep your eyes out for that in the next couple of weeks. Moving on to the Miami Heat. So the Miami Heat will be playing the Bucks in game 1 of this round 2 series in the NBA playoffs tonight at 6:30 p.m. A lot of media members have been saying that the Heat are going to win this series really easily. That makes me really nervous. What do you think about it, Tamara?
To be honest with you, it's looking like if they come out and especially, are great from 3 the way they have been, that could be their advantage. I mean, the weakness for the Bucks is, the points that they allow from 3. Like they allow 14 a game. That's insane. So if the Heat can come out and stay hot from beyond the arc, that could really be an advantage for them as well. And honestly, if they can get a hold on Giannis the whole game throughout the series, that would be really great for them too, because it's pretty much Giannis versus everybody.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. I will say something else. I mean, the Bucks, if they're hoping to win this game, they're going to need that supporting cast of characters to step up. And right now, Chris Middleton has just been looking off. He had just 2 points in game 2 of their first round series versus the Orlando Magic. Bledsoe's offense has also been kind of subpar. His defense has been great, but they're going to need to see more from those supporting cast of characters if they want to pull out the win over the Heat. And I'm hoping we see some more from Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero hitting those threes.
Kylie, I will point out one thing, and I'm not a luck person, but I will point out that the last 2 times Miami swept in the first round, they reached the NBA Finals. So I'm not trying to jinx anything, but I just like to point out that nugget.
Oh, just so you know, there's a 5 reasons jinx curse, so you might have just won the series. Last time that he played the Bucks, they were looking so great in the first half, and I was like, "Oh, this is an easy game," and then everybody came for me because they ended up losing. But we don't.
Was that the game at the beginning of August?
Yeah, it was the one in the bubble. It's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, moving on. Inter Miami. So Inter Miami lost yesterday 1-0 versus Nashville. Unfortunately, it appears as if the refs might have missed a couple of penalties on Nashville, which obviously would have given Miami the upside. Each team was 1-6 coming into the match. Now Nashville is 2-6. Yay them. And then the Atlanta United versus Inter Miami game that was scheduled for last Wednesday that we had previously reported on ended up being postponed due to the boycotts, and it is now going to be played on September 9th.
Well, I will say the good news is Inter Miami has a chance to redeem themselves, 1 in that Atlanta game, but then 2, they played Nashville again on Sunday, but here in South Florida. So maybe those 2 MLS expansion teams, will have a different matchup here in South Florida when they play again.
Yeah. The only other thing that we have to talk about here is that the Juventus FC striker Gonzalo Higuain, nailed it, is apparently in discussions with Inter Miami. He does have other suitors, but this would be a huge pickup for Inter Miami because not only is he just perfect fit for them in performance, but also he would be such great publicity for that team. So we hope to see Gonzalo Higuain here in Miami soon. Moving on to the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, Kylie, after the Miami Marlins got swept by the Tampa Bay Rays over the weekend, they are now playing the New York Mets, a game that was postponed from last Thursday after they boycotted the game, following suit and standing in solidarity with the NBA, the WNBA teams that did the same thing. So this is a makeup game where the score is currently 5-3, where the Miami Marlins are leading the New York Mets.
Yeah, that game is being played right now. Also occurring right now, the trade deadline is, as of the time of this recording, in 12 minutes at 4 p.m. The Marlins have been considering trades for multiple relievers, and they have the pieces to trade in their young pitchers. So far, what we've heard is that Jonathan Villar is going to the Toronto Blue Jays. The general manager, Don Mattingly, pulled him aside in the dugout to tell him there's no word yet on the compensation the Marlins will be receiving for him. Kind of awkward. Not sure if he's going to get on the flight to Miami because they play the Blue Jays tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Other big trade that happened was that pitchers Caleb Smith and Humberto Mejia and a player to be named later are going to the Arizona Diamondbacks for the outfielder Starling Marte. There's also a rumor that second baseman Isan Diaz may return. He opted out in early August.
In Miami Hurricanes news, in case you missed it, they will be allowing fans at Hard Rock Stadium this year. They are following the same protocols as the Miami Dolphins. 13,000 fans will be allowed in the stadium for the home opener against UAB. But very sad news for the Miami students. They will not be allowing students in for these games, the first two games. And also there will be no alcohol sold at the games. And obviously we mentioned this in our last playing catch up, but also no tailgating at all at Hard Rock Stadium. So very excited for the home opener. We're 10 days out for that game against UAB next Thursday. But stay up to date on everything that's happening with them by following us on Playing Catch Up, and hopefully we'll have a time released soon.
Yeah, I am really, really sad. As a UM student, I can't go to the first two games, including the FSU game. We'll talk more about that as it comes up. But some good news. The Canes did get a new commit, Chase Smith. He is just listed as an athlete because he's just so amazing that you can use him on both sides of the ball. I think the Canes are going to use him as a striker, which would be a mix of linebacker and safety. He was ranked number 12 by 247 Sports, and he picked the Canes over Florida, Auburn, Georgia, Oklahoma, and FSU. Suck at FSU. He is also the son of former tight end Willie Smith. And some interesting facts. He is the 8th recruit to pick Miami over an SEC school. And the Canes now have more in-state 4- and 5-star recruits than UF and FSU combined. Just had to rub it in a little bit.
Yes, thank you for those nuggets, Kylie. It's always good to hear that. Today, there was a media availability, and offensive coordinator Rhett Lashley had some great things to say about the way his offense is progressing. He is really excited with Derek King and the way he's able to take leadership over this group. He has said he has great instincts on top of him being a great passer and rusher as well. He's also very impressed with his offensive line and is excited to see them move at a faster tempo this season.
Oh, you just love to hear that. Now moving on to the Florida Panthers. The Panthers have actually been in the news recently for a couple of reasons. One of them is not so great. Their former general manager, Dale Talon, who was fired earlier this season after they failed to get past the first round of the playoffs, or the qualifying round at least, is actually being investigated right now for conduct involving a racial slur. This was in the bubble, but there also have been rumors about possibly multiple incidents. Talon's denied the charge. We'll bring you more updates as we hear more about that situation. So make sure to keep up with Playing Catch Up. They do need a replacement for him, though. So there's plenty more that we cannot just list every single one of them here. The New York Rangers assistant general manager, Chris Drury, withdrew from consideration, so he's out. Eddie Olczyk, he's an NBC sports analyst for the last 10 years. He spent 17 years in the NHL. He has a really great longstanding relationship with Florida owner Vinny Viola and Joel Quenneville, the head coach. So it's possible that we could see him as the Florida Panthers GM. He seems to be in the running. Peter Chiarelli, he's the former Bruins and Oilers GM. Scott Mellenby, who's the Montreal Canadiens assistant general manager. Kevin Weeks is an NHL Network analyst and a former goalie who spent a year with the Panthers. And last but not least, Bill Armstrong, who's the St. Louis Blues assistant GM. That's not even the full list, but those seem to be some of the top candidates right now for the Florida Panthers. Thanks so much for following us on Playing Catch Up today. Make sure you keep up with us next week. I'm Kylie Wang.
And I'm Tamara Brown. Just like Kylie said, keep following us, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll get you all caught up on all of the South Florida sports.